I'm really growing more than 20.
Yeah.
Those two triples. I think it's hard.
Still here. Yeah. And my.
White bounce for everybody in the back.
Looks like, yeah.
There's
two of them. Yeah, go with the second.
Good.
What?
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice, you know. Wow, makes sense. I believe blind in school. Not this year. You can't have stand on the street face. And I traveled from Memphis and I was. That's a. 97 and. I don't know how we do the things. I'll go to school, but it's a, yeah. I can do everything that.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate you.
Yeah. That all your I don't. The thing, always, that's it, something. Easy. Correct. Thank you, Brad. Not to my best. On the really good. No, it's good.
I know it's
That's like 5 minutes here. Right, that's right, yeah. Right. I didn't call him out.
I'm ready.
Oh, that don't worry.
Yeah, like one right.
Illinois will be joining us first for the. Thank you.
Yeah. It's nice shots, designs, just. That's right on point.
Here.
Please enter the locker room, your card and pieces on the floor.
I mean, when I did it years She got tired.
Well, that's fine, so I can still.
That's all the creatures.
No. Okay.
That's right. Yeah, usually, it's a big count, and that one was kind of show me that. So like it's. They really try to sign. He has 67 shots. It's not. Almost takes 7.
So Sean McVay's dressing separately because it's sick. So it's like how it's on the plan because whoever's around him still risks getting sick.
But he's gonna stay right, you know.
I think he's gonna look money for it.
He'll get him there. One point.
Pictures with team, I really like prophetic conversation. I don't know, forget about it, Jerry.
Yeah.
No.
Trying to put his music right.
Second half, I feel so. Third turn off.
Otherwise, on the way in about 20 seconds.
Which is a block.
We'll do this with the opening statement from coach, and then let's take the player questions first, and let them go on and finish up with coach. Go ahead, coach.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank all the fans. What an incredible atmosphere. Those games were a lot of fun. We played one a little later here in December, called the Bragging Rights. It's a 50-50 split, but I never take for granted our fans and how they turn out and show up, and it was my hat's off to them to help us tonight. But hard fought college basketball game. I thought that we've grown in a week. I was very pleased to see our sustainability. I thought defensively, our first shot defense was really solid. We don't usually get thumped on the glass like that, but we did tonight. That's hats off to Rick and his crew. We knew they were one of the top offensive rebounding teams. But the guy here to my left had 8 rebounds, and we did a great job of helping Tommy and our front court guys on the glass. They have a plethora of bigs, but tonight it was these two on the offensive end, and you saw that Tommy got going in some isolations. It was nice to get him some post ups. He makes a 3 and then shows his skill set by making a couple of elite passes late. Keaton knocks a couple down, and when you look at Keaton's line for freshman, and 16 points and 8 rebounds and 5 assists with no turns, all the while having to guard really good players. So really good team effort. I thought we grew and really pleased with that.
Okay, questions for you and Tommy? And we've got Mike here. Go ahead, Scott.
Keaton, how much did maybe playing Texas Tech, Alabama, UConn, the first month season help tonight? Where I mean, this was kind of just maybe another game.
Yeah, I think it just got me a lot more comfortable just playing these big time games with more physicality and just just better overall players and teams. Just going out there and just being confident in my game, just to escape from the being, just try to make plays to help us win.
For either of the players, you guys had 9 assists on 14 made baskets in the second half. How much was it a point of emphasis to make that extra pass in the second half, and how did that help open up some of the threes for the big guys that are down the stretch?
I think that we knew that they were a really good defensive team and that we wouldn't be able to, just come out the first ball screen or the first action and get a shot. So we knew that we had to, move the ball, get the extra pass to, get open shots and get on offensive rebounds if they didn't fall. But, we knew they had a great defensive team, just, bend the shot, break the shot.
Tommy, what do you think the difference was on the glass in the second half? Was that a big point of emphasis at halftime?
Definitely, I just think it's more effort, just everybody got crashed, everybody got off their own man. Just be more physical, and that's it.
Since for both of you, Tommy, you can start. How do you feel like you've grown in the last week? And then you guys describe what this week has been like for you between games.
Definitely, last week practices were a lot of physicality, a lot of running, and just great competitiveness in practices. And of course, I love working in that environment, and helped me as an individual, and I think also as a team, just to never take anything for granted and just always be in a fight mode. Yeah, just keep going, working hard.
Yeah, this week we really worked just on being more physical, just having a better overall team defense. Not just like one-on-one defense, but overall team defense. And I think that really helped us in this game too.
Keaton coming into this game, you took 33s in 8 games. You took 10 tonight. Was that like an emphasis of looking for those shots, or did you just
11?
11.
I mean, it really wasn't. I just let the game come to me. I had a lot of open shots, and also had some late clock shots that came to me, and I just knew I had a mismatch on me that I could get to my move and get to the three. A lot of them felt really good. Some didn't fall, but some did. And it wasn't really a big emphasis, but just let the ball come to me. Just let the game come to me.
Tommy, in the back here, your brother hit a couple huge threes late. I just wanted your perspective of that and the energy when they call a timeout there to celebrate with him.
Yeah, I mean, he's capable of making those shots anytime. He's a great shooter, and I'm just glad when he makes them. So especially those times where we're playing better and score is on our side, and just it's great. Tommy, what's impressed you about Keaton in his first month of college basketball? I don't know. He can do a little bit of everything.
Thought you were gonna say his hair.
Not that.
Not that.
Stick talks. Yeah, I mean, a little bit of everything. He can do everything on the
Say
court.
TikToks?
Yeah, did you see it?
No, I don't have it.
Don't let them see it. Don't let them see it.
You don't need to see it.
You don't need to see
He can do a little bit of everything. Great teammate, great guy. I've been seeing it from the first day, so can't say I'm impressed. I know what he's capable of. So.
Couple more players here, 2 more.
Yeah, Tommy, I do feel compelled to ask, what happened to the guitar in the locker room? Josh posted a picture that was pretty smashed.
Why you ask me?
Talking about telling.
I don't know. Coach's office.
Yeah, it goes in my office now. Best trophy we ever got.
Last one. Okay. All right, we'll let the players go. We'll give you step out and continue on. Questions for you guys? Does?
Yeah, because more in the second half. What was kind of the point of emphasis at halftime? And obviously a really good second half. What kind of things did you talk about?
Rebound. And we were down 25-11 at half. I don't know if I've ever had a team annihilated like that on the glass. And I felt really good about what we were doing schematically on the defensive side. I thought we were really good. I thought we forced tough shots. And then I looked down at half, and I don't think Kylan, Ben, Tommy had a defensive rebound. I think Merck only had 1. And it's maybe my fault. Maybe we work so much on contact and hitting and blocking out that sometimes you just got to go chase the ball. And Andre, he didn't have one either. And it's sometimes you just got to go chase it. And we may have to get back to just chasing instead of trying to hit bodies. But I thought we did that. I would be very remiss if I didn't think the MVP of the game didn't take the field goal. Ben Humerkaus. Ben was absolutely phenomenal tonight on the defensive side. We brought these 2 guys up here. They were terrific. Ben didn't shoot a shot. And the job I thought defensively that he was able to do on Nate, and then just his blockouts, his positioning, his fight. impacted it. Like I said, I don't pay much attention to stats and who scores what and all that, but the impact tonight at Ben Humerkaus and the job he did in 26 minutes was quite large.
Brad, you had offensively, you guys scored 1.293 points per possession. It's the highest offensive total against Tennessee since like November 29th of 2023. Is that a week of practice, or is that just guys finally hitting shots that are there?
Well, first of all, it's a tribute to how good they are, because that's unbelievable number. To do that against that team and their defense and that coach is something that we can grow with. I thought we got really good shots. I thought the ball didn't stick. I thought it had energy. I think we had the best practice of the year yesterday, and it was a lot of this. I thought our pace was right. I thought our ball movement was right. We match up. We do a lot of matchup hunting. I think we found those matchups and were able to play off that. For a game that we didn't shoot free throw the first half, and that's a big part of what we do, and didn't offensive rebound were 2 hoots, to have that OER, that points per possession number is really good.
Coach, the Tennessee started the double Tommy had been there in the second half. Just wanted to get your thoughts on this keep and just kind of how you played off of that.
Yeah, it's something they don't normally do. We had spent some time in one-on-one post-up. They kind of show a halfway dig, cutting it. And the cut was something we had to just kind of disband because they started doubling very early, and we just then played in space. And it was a ball movement. It's Tommy's ability to understand the game, his IQ, see the floor. But Tommy's grown in the post since he's 265 pounds now. He's not light in the rear end, and he can kind of get that thing wherever he needs to. So my hat's off to him. That's all. And Merck was good as well in there.
Scott.
The moment hasn't seemed to be too big for Keaton very often this season. Just what has allowed him to have this kind of first month?
I think his IQ, his understanding, I think he believes in his guys. I throw Kylan a big kudos. He talks to him a lot. He helps him a lot. And I think it's one of the things that's helped ease him, but Keaton just plays. He doesn't, the environment doesn't bother him. Maybe a little bit of the physicality. It's just a matter of him getting comfortable. We didn't talk 1 second about shooting threes, but that's what he does. And we needed him to be more aggressive and more assertive. But, the most impressive thing is the no turnovers. And that's almost every single day. I mean, he just takes care of the ball, and he's a very, very mature decision maker. And that's usually not the case for freshmen.
Kind of a two-parter. What did you learn about your team in Arizona to respond after this last week with the physicality? And then how did you kind of shape that the last 8 days? Yeah,
I haven't questioned our team at all. I've loved this team, and I still think this team can be very, very, very good and accomplish a lot. But what I've been frustrated with is just the lack of practice. And it's almost been like an NBA preseason where we're playing into shape. And playing guys into shape, and that's hard to do when you're playing UConn and Alabama and right on down the list, and Tennessee, and late games coming up. It's been really challenging. So we had 3 or 4 days of pretty intense practice and a lot of running and a lot of stressing them to not cave in mentally to the fatigue. So it's just been what you'd hoped you gain in the first 5 or 6 weeks of practice. We tried to do it in a short amount of time, and I think we accomplished some things in 3 days.
2 lefties, 2 here, and I'll wrap us up.
Second half, you shoot 50%, you hold them to shooting 30%. Are you more impressed with the offensive efficiency of your guys in the second half, or the defensive energy?
The defensive side's tremendous. I mean, and they've got one guy in double figures. That's a pretty good sign. And we know he's a high volume shooting guy. Takes a lot of shots for them. I think we had one sequence in the first half where they scored 5 points back to back, 3 and a 2 after we scored. And that was kind of the only sequence I didn't feel very comfortable with. But anytime you do that against a Rick Barnes team, you should feel pretty good, and I do.
You already mentioned Ben, but you kind of found something defensively there in the second half. I don't want to call it an oddball lineup, but a different lineup with Ben and Jake both in the game. Was that kind of a turning point, you think?
Yeah, I mean, those guys do everything right, and there's a point where it was comforting. We kind of managed some fouls for a little bit with Dre and Z, but I thought it was a lineup. And the one thing with Jake's going to rebound. Jake's going to crash. He's going to go. We know that if you lose him, he creates great space. That was a good lineup for spacing the floor. I think Bam got downhill a little bit in that sequence, but those guys show up and do everything right. On both ends of the court, they don't make a lot of mistakes, and that was a nice sequence for our group.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Not one picture. Yeah, I saw that.
Rock is celebration.
Thanks a lot, Joey.
Is there more?
They're trying to get something.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. And what you got, who was the other? There. Certainly not what I know. The final shade. Because it's about business.
Yeah, it's not.
So what?
Nothing for them. It's more they just want to.
So Sam, you'll see.
They'll return the 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You thought you did. Otherwise, not your.
Yeah, I saw it.
That was four. Oh, it was? Yeah. It's Indiana.
Oh, yes.
That's great.
Yikes.
All right, got Tennessee head coach Rick Barnes here, sophomore guard Bishop Boswell. Go right into questions. Please raise your hand. Wait for Mike. Turn over to Rob, then Ryan, and Brent.
Coach, what did you see in the second half? The last 10 minutes, like on you.
Well, obviously, Illinois, very good basketball team, and love Brad and love how they play. I think he puts guys in the positions they need to. We did too many things when it counted. It was too deflating. You start missing, and I think we counted 10 shots at the rim. And are they easy? No, but they were making some of theirs. Obviously, put us in a position we were having to go down and help, and they did a great job kicking out. You'd like to think that we could do the same thing, but they're not going to come double if they don't until we score at the rate we need to. But just too many things that we did a great job rebounding throughout the game, really until the last 4 minutes. And I still think our guys don't understand exactly what goes into winning, where they need to. And Bishop, I thought he always plays hard. He's trying to do it. He's got a voice, and I appreciate him trying to let his guys know how hard it is to win at this level and play 40 minutes. And we haven't done that 3 games in a row. And we haven't really done it since the Houston game, where we put together 40 minutes. And the competition that we're playing right now, they're going to take advantage of it if you don't. And Illinois certainly did that.
Rick, you said a minute ago that you don't feel like this team understands what affects winning. What do they not understand about it?
Little details, not listening, coming out of timeouts, not doing what we say we're going to do. Taking the ball out of bounds when you're not supposed to. Free throw blockouts when it's it's still a 9-point game, giving up. When you dominated there, is finishing plays and free throws. I mean, I think free throws. I mean, you think about it. We were 8 for 18 from the free throw line, and And when you're not shooting it well from the three, and we're 6 for 20, and it's just little things, details. So it takes a lot of that to go into it, and execution and that is coming out of a timeout. Like, anytime we get a rebound and we're going to push and we're going to try to, if we can get something before the defense gets set, we're going to try to do that. But if not, we've talked about what we're going to do, but we don't get to it. And that's a problem that we've got to get fixed.
For those kind of problems, something that can be worked on in a 10-day off.
Yeah, I mean,
something in
again,
games that you have to-
I'll be honest, it's something that we've worked on it again, and I think, the answer to that question, I think, is they know what they're supposed to do, but they're not doing it. It's the best way I can tell you. And I think they would tell you that. Would you agree with that, Bishop? They know what's supposed to happen. And I think what happens is some guys play the game, other guys know how to work the game. And we're not at that position yet with all 5 guys understand how to work the game. And some guys are just playing it with no point of focus in terms of what we need to do to win the game.
Man in the back, and like,
Rick, back in the back, just with Nate struggling again tonight, did you see him take any steps forward with shot selection or pressing, or is he still kind of struggling with the same things you've been talking about?
Again, I thought tonight he didn't come out as aggressive as we'd like to see him do, and then he still has to understand the game, and you got to shoot his shots when he's open, as opposed to going too deep. He keeps driving. I know he wants to get fouled and try to impact the game that way. Nate's going to work at it, and it's all new for him. I mean, he's getting game plan for like he's never gotten game plan for. He's learning how to play defense on the perimeter for the first time in his life. Teams are obviously saying, hey, we can go at him here, try to get him in a switch situation, back him down, all that. That's all part of his growth process, but he'll figure it out. I mean, because he's such a good kid. He's unselfish, obviously, but we'll get him going, and he'll get himself going.
Like,
Are you comfortable, I guess, with the percentage of shots that are being taken by Jacoby and Nate at this point, or would you prefer a little bit more balance? How does that need to shake out?
No, we need more balance there. That's a glaring stat tonight. They went 10 for 34 with 5 turnovers. That's 10 for 39. But with that said, our post guys got to score some of those baskets. They've got to score. I mean, we get the ball where we want to get it, and guys aren't. It's the same things. It's inconsistency, but and then on the other end, the post guys have to guard. But I mean, 8 for 18 from the free throw line. I mean, that's a problem. That's a problem, and we've seen guys make some of those, and you play these games for a reason. I don't think there's any question from a preparation standpoint. Our guys tried to. I think they did. I think they prepared the way we'd like for them to prepare. But when the game goes on, they lose all thought of what we're supposed to be doing, and that goes back to playing the game instead of understanding how to work it. And it's a very delicate fine line there, but especially older guys should understand it. You get it from younger guys sometimes. It takes them time, but older guys that have played enough need to understand that, and we're not there yet.
go across that second row there. Sorry.
Rick, just what were your impressions maybe of Keaton Wagler as you scouted Illinois, and did tonight change any of it? What were your impressions of Keaton Wagler, 23 for Illinois, as you scouted, and then did he, change those at all tonight?
No, I thought, again, our coaches, just like their coaches, I just told the team, believe me, there's no secrets in this. We had them scouted. We did. We had them scouted, and they didn't give us anything that we didn't think. I mean, you can look at, some nights, you can say Troy Ockman, I think was averaging, 16 coming in. Didn't get it tonight. Other guys step up because they've got a good team. But, and give Brad a lot of credit. I thought he found, they were going after Jacoby. They were going after Nate. They were trying to, they took advantage of some switches, and but I thought they played really smart basketball, going inside out with it. The same, because they were putting us in a situation where we're having to dig. Often we never once ever wanted to trap. We never said that, but a couple of times guys on their own went to do that, and we got burnt with it. And they're playing hard. They are, but they're not playing smart. And that's what we got away from the scouting report a little bit. But I really like Alan Boswell. I really like him. I think he really ran the game. I thought he was a guy that, you look at his numbers, point guard, what he does, and the way he does some things. I really feel like he's the glue to that team in terms of, how they play.
Gentry.
Yeah, Rick, the issues you're talking about, how concerning is that this time of year? Is it natural when you're bringing in a lot of new players, or is?
Well, no, I mean, we have 11 new players, and some of them have never been in this situation. You know, they haven't, but is it concerning? It's concerning when you don't play the way you practice. That's what's concerning, and that's what I've said, and we still didn't do it. Bishop is a guy that you watch him practice, he does what he does in practice, does what he does in games, and you don't want surprises, and but right now we are who we are, and the fact is we're inconsistent. And I said that to the team the other day. That's all we need, everybody. I mean, Jacoby's 3 games in a row, Nate 3 games in a row. They've really struggled. And so it's not like we're going to say we're going to count on these 2 guys every night. But when you look at the stat sheet, they 40 offensive possessions out of, how many was it? Out of 65 of them. You know, and we got to be more productive there. And again, we need those guys to produce. We do. But we also need, when they're not doing it, those other guys, we need those free throws. We need those 2-point buckets, those point blank layups. And we think we're good. I mean, most teams score them. We need to score them. And, but it's the inconsistency of where we are right now. We've got to get consistent.
Rick, considering all those new guys, how important is this next 10-day stretch where you don't have to do a scout, you can just practice and just focus on your team?
I don't know. I'd rather be playing. I don't think we need practice. I mean, we're good in practice. We're good in practice. Why do you think we're good in practice?
They are.
Because I'm doing it. I'm doing it. You know, he can have his voice, but other guys got to do it. I can stop him in practice. I can't stop the game. You give me 10 timeouts, we'd win this game tonight. You know, but I can't. We don't have that. It goes back to we've got to play how we practice, and you've got to realize every game takes on its own personality, and we haven't been able to adjust to that. And but again, I'm not looking at it like we got this much time to practice. I mean, I'd rather be playing games, and but we'll keep. It's a long way to go. I've been through, you know, a lot in my time, obviously, and again, we're certainly not our best in November, December now. I know that. We got a chance to be a good basketball team. We've proven that. But we've let just some things creep in, and it's nothing that can't be fixed. We got to get some guys confident in the way they. How do you think you get confidence, Bishop? Answer that question.
I think just repetition and practice, like you said, doing the things we practice, we're not doing right now.
And that's what it gets down to.
I saw 4 more hands up. We'll go Ryan, Ben, Paige, Joe.
Bishop, for the defensive issues in the second half, do you feel like those were more mental or physical? What led to that?
Definitely mental. I think I see it every day in practice. You know, we watch a lot of film and then we go clean it up and then we'll get to the game. And I think we do it in the first half and then we'll just have like segments where there's lapses and, you know, to win against a good team like this, we can have those little messed up details.
Bishop, how can you help this team, these 11 newcomers learn to win and continue to, or improve on taking care of the details?
Yeah, I think I was blessed to get a good look at it from guys last year who had been a part of it, you know, and knew what it took to win at the highest level. And I think part of it for me is, as much as I may not agree with some of those fouls calls, I got to make sure that I still have foul trouble and can be on the court, and even when I'm not, be a voice, you know, on the bench to just, you know, keep up with my teammates.
Paige.
Barnes, sorry, one more for you back here. After 3 straight losses, what message do you hope that this game or this stretch sends to the team as you move forward through January?
It really, 3 losses, 3 wins. It'll tell you our message every day is we got to get better. We got to improve. We got to get better a little bit each day. That's our whole philosophy, what we're about. Players have to get better. Coaches have to get better. Team has to get better. And we got, 25, 30 more games to go, and we got a chance to do it. You know, and but it's all about getting better.
Last one from Joe.
Rick, just when it comes to vocal leadership, where is that right now, especially when things start, you know, going poorly on the floor? Where is that, and do you need to step up there?
We don't have it right now. You know, he's out there. He'll talk to them, and obviously, but answer that, Bishop. You're out there.
mean, I feel like I'm trying to take on that role and then talk, and I'm talking in timeouts. I mean, we see it from JP, and I think we see it from everybody, period, through like periods, but just consistently, we give everybody to have a voice, whether they're in the game, on the bench, just everybody. Takes everybody to win games like this.
But the answer is not there yet, the way it needs to be. We need it. You really need it from your guards more than anybody. We don't have that yet.
Thanks, everyone. Knoxville and Nashville media will have a player available in the hallway outside our locker room, like.
You already? Thank you. So, right, you're not open. Appreciate that. Yeah, this is great event.
What? I just said that he doesn't have to.
Yeah, for you.
What?
Oh.
Skip it.
All right, go left, straight now. Take care. I got plans to come afterwards.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. Well, you sent it. So, there's.
Well, I'm adding the quote.
Okay, well.
Exciting.
I well, I just,
Yeah.
and then, okay.
Children are
And then-
engineers, players. Wait. Somebody, hopefully wait your children like that. Your children are doing it. You don't know my children, hopefully they have, Yes, I have.
No, but it's all, I'm just saying.
What? Pick it up.
All kids should be there with a whip and a chair for parents.
Okay.
Not maybe. Anybody like a fire, round, a boyfriend.
Which. Great. I thought that was. Oh, watching.